I mean, he's faced up against a lot of real adversity. Tank Davis ain't no joke. Hell, even Rolly ain't no joke. I kind of personally think Rolly might beat Tank, which is crazy, but I've seen crazier things, you know? Shit, look at my life. I'm crazy. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you see Rolly there? What do you see Rolly? How do you see Rolly beating Tank? Why do you say that?
Rolly is something different. He taught me many valuable lessons just watching his career. I know him personally, but just watching him grow from nothing to something. Never underestimate the power of stupidity. This man is incredibly stupid. He's incredibly stupid, and he don't give a shit. When you have somebody that truly believes that they're great and truly believes that they can do things, you know what I mean? That's powerful. That's more powerful than anything, because once upon a time, there was a such thing as Manny Pacquiao that was a nobody. And he believed that he can do something. Even though he comes from a fucking a background that has no real fighting background when it comes to like just boxing in general. I mean, he's coming from the Philippines. He don't have no real amateur background, a pedigree. He's just learning on the job, taking wins, taking losses, and doing what he have to do. He got with Freddie Roach and believed that he can do something great. Never underestimate the power of that, you know? And it's funny, but it's true. Like, when it comes to him, I'm like, wow, never underestimate stupidity. Because this man he beat some fighters he wasn't supposed to beat already, you know? And he's a big ticket seller. You never know, man. You never know. You fuck around, he might end up knocking Tank Davis out. Like, who knows? Who knows?
Freddie, what do you agree with Blair? That you think Rolly could beat Tank?
Hell no. Hell no. Most of these fighters that are saying that aren't fighting anybody. You know what I mean? We haven't seen any real fighters out there because boxing has become this thing where as though it's more business oriented than like oriented in other ways when it comes to entertainment and sport. Look, if this was a sport, the best would be the best, period. Hands down. I would have a whole lot more fights, and I would have proven myself way more. And people like Ennis and Virgil would have to actually fight somebody instead of lightly treading along and fighting just certain fights.
Do you think Rolly knocks out Tank? He's got. He got the fight. It's official.
It's amazing, man. Shout out to both guys putting it on the line, and congratulations to Rolando Romero, man. I think he really does deserve it. You know, Rolly's definitely was somebody that really was shooting for that. You know, and doesn't care. You know, he didn't care who it is and who's in front of him. I think it's a great fight for him. It's a great fight for everybody. It shows because Rolando is a puncher. Real heavy puncher, especially in my division. He's a big puncher. And so is Tank Davis, you know? But Tank Davis has yet to face someone like that. That's a natural 135 pounder, you know? Tank Davis, when he fought the guys at 135, he's fighting guys at 130, 126, some going up to 135. So never someone that was solid and been 35 for maybe 6 years, 4 years, you know? That's natural weight. So it's going to be a great fight. It's all about, you know, styles make fights, of course, but somebody's definitely going down.
What do you think? Maybe some of the things Rolly's.
I'm putting $100,000 on Rolly.
For real?
Yeah. I'm putting $100,000 on Rolando Romero.
What do you think? Some of the things he will do or has to do.
I just feel like in reality, like Tank is a solid fighter. He is a solidary fighter. You know, he's very stylistic with it and everything. However, it's just careless. You know, and with a puncher like Rolando, as long as Rolando has the confidence in him, because I could bet on the guy and let him. You know, I'm rooting for him. And I could put 100 for Gervonta Davis. You know, I can root for both guys, but I know where I'm staying at. You know what I'm saying? I know how they feel about us and how they want it to lie. So, you know, fuck it.
Yeah, what do you make about similar to you, like in terms of he's fast, powerful, and slick, reflexes?
Well, yeah, he's doing what he has to do. You feel me? Like that's part of it. You know what I mean? But consistency. You know, look at him how he is in the off season. Off season when he's not fighting, he's blowing up. You know what I mean? That's not discipline. You know, you gotta have self-discipline in this. You know, Kobe didn't stop when he was in the off season. He kept going. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say Kobe is because he was the last really influential person, athlete for all of us. And you know, he was gone too soon. You know, and things happen the way they do, man. But only God knows.
Speaking of your timing and your power, you know, Rolly Romero, he said he actually feels you're the hardest puncher in the division, you know, besides himself. How good is his power, and what chances do you give him of beating Tank?
I think that he's severely underestimated because the thing about Rolly's, he may look funky, but he knows his funky moves really good and his range, and he doesn't really like to put himself in danger. Like, it's just a weird way of doing it, but he does it the way he's supposed to do it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just know that he does have some good pop in his shots, and he could knock out Tank if Tank's not careful. But then again, Tank is small. You know, there's just a lot of attributes that might be against Tank this fight, to be honest. But, you know, Tank is a special fighter, and maybe he could find something special to do, and he could pull greatness out of him. We'll see. But it doesn't seem like he wanted to fight him too much. That's the strange thing about it. He's like, oh, man. But he should just buckle down and say, fuck it, I'm fighting, let's go. And beat his ass.
So that was some opinions on or from Blair Cobbs, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. I mean, like, even in this fight that a lot of people said they thought he lost. I mean, he barely got hit. I was showing you highlights throughout this whole video of, you know, how well he did. But even if you watch his other fights, he's just very skilled, very underrated, especially his defense, and especially the quickness of his feet and the quickness of his hands. He doesn't have fast hands like Tank. He has quick hands. But the thing is, he has power in both hands, and the power's coming every time he punches. He just doesn't set up shots. He actually punches hard with both hands every time he's throwing. He's throwing with bad intentions. Like right here, he misses, doesn't get hit, hops in and out, very agile on his feet. You know, he's light on his feet. He's just athletic. Right here, another example against a southpaw, a big southpaw. Doesn't even get touched. But look how he's hopping around. That's what I'm saying. He's very physically gifted. He's very strong and physical. And he hits hard. You know. So, y'all can say what you want. But I think also his ring IQ is underrated. I think his boxing skills are underrated. I think he's a better overall striker. Look versus southpaw right here. Look at this, how he just isn't getting hit. Steps back. Boom. Counters him. He's very slick. He's like awkward. And his awkward and physicalness is going to be the difference between Tank and Rolando Romero. I mean, he's also very good at staying at angles. Well, just like Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford has a wrestling background. In wrestling and judo, they teach you to keep your opponent right in front of you at all times. Very similar to boxing, you know, but that helps. So that's what I got to say about Rolly Romero. I think y'all are underestimating him. Click like, subscribe, comment below, and we can get some boxing talk going on. Peace.